His eyes speak so much volume that in here he's made me cry so many times already. Hello everyone, it's me, Drama Rambler. Today I'm very excited to make this video because I have been waiting so eagerly for this particular drama to air. This is my #1 most highly anticipated costume drama for this year. If you've seen my video earlier that I made this year about my top 5, this is the one I was actually the most eager to watch. And now it is finally here and I can finally discuss it with you guys. So as you can see here, yes, today I'm going to discuss the currently airing drama on iQIYI, Love You 7 Times, starring Ding Yuxi and Yang Chaoyue. Currently, there have been 14 episodes that have released, and I have actually watched all 14. So at the moment, I basically have finished watching their first lifetime reincarnation. This one I was so eagerly to discuss and watch because I had read the novel for this drama. So as a disclaimer, I'm going to try my best to not compare, but there are certain things I do want to discuss a little bit about that for today. This novel is written by the same author of many popular dramas such as Love Between Fairy and Devil, this year's Back from the Brink, and plenty others that she's written so far. And some people have been questioning and asking, how is this related to Love Between Fairy and Devil? Well, for today, plain and simple, I just want to say they have nothing in correlation except for the fact that they share the same universe. Think of it like a Marvel universe. So there's no actual character crossover or anything. It's just they share the same universe. So I just wanted to put that out of the way before anyone else starts asking the same question over and over. Before we begin, I do want to, as per usual, give you guys a summary. And, well, the premise for the story has changed from the novel, which is something I will discuss later. But today, my summary is based off of what I've seen so far from the drama itself. Let me go ahead and share that one with you guys. So from what we get in the drama, apparently 30,000 years ago, amongst the 6 realms, there's this well-known heavenly empress named Songhai who turned into a devil and was going to destroy the 6 realms, but only the ancient war of God, Chukong, our male lead, was able to defeat her and destroy her by using half of his primordial spirit. So now, present day, he's been in isolation for those 30,000 years to try to regain his primordial spirit. And apparently, the Heavenly King has tasked the marriage pavilion to find Chukong a suitable partner. And of course, our female lead, Shangyu, is a fairy that is in charge of the marriage pavilion. And she gets tasked with finding him that partner. So in order to save the marriage pavilion from getting destroyed, she decides to speed up the process by using this ancient love thread artifact. However, she accidentally entangles herself with Chukong, and now, 30,000 years later, the news of this Songhai has resurfaced, and the Heavenly King and everyone in the Heaven Realms are at unrest. So he suggests for Chukong to go through a love tribulation to help regain his primordial spirit before the arrival of Songhai once again. Now, of course, Chukong detests his love, so this is the only tribulation he hasn't done, but well, it's Shinsha world, so what can we expect? And it starts the premise, so why not? Anyways, since he's already intertwined with Shangyu through those threads that she accidentally used on him, he selects her as his tribulation partner, and that's kind of how the 7 trials of love tribulation starts for the both of them. That's kind of what I understood from the drama perspective. Again, novel perspective was way different, so I'm kind of just trying to be as open-minded as possible. The drama itself is quite enjoyable and watchable, and whether you're a novel reader or not, I think there are certain things we can still kind of all agree upon for the storyline. So firstly, some things I dislike. One would be the extra plots and the extra side characters. The novel itself was quite straightforward and centered around our leads, and then other factors would just fall into place for the storyline. Here we have all these extra things that have already been introduced to us and need to be built up on, which has deviated from focusing on our leads. Let's say, for example, this 30,000 year lifetime storyline with Songhai does not exist in the novel. Neither does this prince and princess, the second female lead and male lead. They do not exist. So to add them in, I'm still being as patient to understand the concept and see how they are pertinent to the story, because so far, second male lead, that immortal prince bestie of our male lead Chukong, is just annoying and bugging us to no end. Second female lead, not so much, but her seems to have been kind of clunky and random, so I don't really quite understand that. Everything else still is pretty okay, but that has caused some drag in the beginning. But I will say this, the latest episodes have picked back up the pace and reminded me once again as to why I fell in love with this story in the first place and how the story will be progressing. So I would say be a little bit patient, because now I'm fully invested and can finally feel a connection between our leads. Whereas prior to this, maybe like the first 6 to 7 episodes, I was a little bit like, okay, where's the clicking coming on, you know? So at this point, I can still say that it was harder to digest in the beginning, but now it's like picking up and I'm really like invested at this point. Which would bring me to my next point, that is probably a positive and a negative concept. They are still keeping to the major plot point of the novel. It's just they're executing it in a different way with these extra side characters and plots. So I like that we still are getting the same idea, it's just the bad execution making it kind of draggy and a little bit misunderstood. But now that I've been seeing some more stuff get told into details, it is really actually becoming more endearing. So I will probably most likely invest all the way to the end for this. Another thing that I would like to mention, and I do like so far, is for sure the CGI of this drama. I mean, oh my gosh, CGI in here is from the same production of Love Between Fairy and Devil. It is Stellar Productions, and it is definitely stellar because the costumes, the colorization, the art, all of it, so freaking gorgeous. It has the, bright orange, the light pinks, light blues, the colors that just make it all so pastel and vibrant and warm tone. And then you also have the costumes, which are very extravagant. I love Ding Yushi in those blue outfits. Blue is his color, and I'm just gonna say that right now. Everything on him, awesome and gorgeous. Whether it's immortal outfits or mortal outfits, I love it on him. As well as Young Chaoyue. Her purples and pink outfits, and even some yellows. I think she wore a yellow one. They were very nice on her. And her hair decor, her trinkets, the hairpins, all so cute. The little details are the best at this. So amazing. In terms of acting, of course, I will have to say this is my first time watching Young Chaoyue, and I've never seen anything prior to this, so I have more of a easy pass to judge her on for myself. It's more easy to just watch because I don't have a background on her. Some other comments I've read online, it's been mixed. Some like it, some don't. For me, here's my take on it. It's decent. In the beginning, I wasn't quite feeling it, but it wasn't bad. And now that I've seen some more episodes of her, she's definitely improving in the show itself. And I can start to feel more emotions out of her than in the beginning when it was kind of a little bit. But I like it, and this is quite good. Ding Yushi, on the other hand, my man has never failed to express and show his emotions through those eyes. His eyes speak so much volume that in here, he's made me cry so many times already. I've wasted so many tissues and tissue boxes, and we've only been up to episode 14. I mean, really though, I think that's his power, is to just express emotions through his eyes. Really though, I'm so proud of him because he's always so consistent on that, and I love Ding Yushi for this. Oh, so proud of him. Another aspect I do like about this storyline process is the comedy portion. In the novel, it is quite funny, which is also kind of how it makes you feel connected and have some fun reading the novel. But in the drama itself, the comedy bits are still there. It's not as strong, but they're still quite funny, and I really like this drama version of how Young Chaoyue and Ding Yushi are bantering. In the novel, it's more intense, but here it's more, I would say, toned down, but still in a different light to where you can kind of see another different style of connection being built upon these two characters. So it is quite enjoyable to see the comedy because also the side characters in the Heavenly Realm, they are hilarious. Like everybody in that marriage pavilion with her, oh my goodness. They're like family, but it's a different type of family that just makes you want to kind of laugh so much about because she gets thrown under the bus one too many times, shall I say. So that is a great part that they've still included, is the comedy and the chemistry between the Heavenly Realms. that all these characters are portraying. One thing I guess I would want to also mention that maybe has affected me a little bit is probably the status of the leads. And what I mean by that is, in the novel, female lead and male lead are both just two regular immortals, right? He's the star and she's a cloud. So when they meet and cause this ruckus and become, enemies to lovers kind of deal and trope, it's kind of funny and relatable because they're just acting like two regular people who are constantly bickering and arguing. Whereas here in the novel, or in the drama, he's the ancient god of war and she's just the fairy working the marriage pavilion. So he has more like an authoritative level above her. So I feel like that kind of tones down their relationship because she's trying to just please him and make sure that she obviously doesn't step over the line because, he's an authoritative figure. Whereas in the novel, since they're the same level, it's funnier since they're just like, whatever. So here I kind of missed that concept, but the way they're doing it here also is quite interesting because, male lead is becoming more humanistic than what other people are expecting. So I do really like that about him. So far I would say I am starting to really enjoy the drama, and I would recommend you guys to really check it out because the pace is now picking up and the angst and everything just all still hits. And I'm still reminded once again, especially these latest episodes, I'm reminded once again why I could not look at Snow the same for like months. Actually, I think at this point I still can't look at Snow the same because Snow is such an important part of this novel and storyline that when you finish, you can only think about him. At least for me, I did. So I'm kind of excited to see how they're going to portray some more angst and the tragedies of these lifetimes to come about. I know that sounds kind of sadistic, but I'm like, it's so interesting because that's what pulls you in. The harder they fall in love, the harder you fall into this story with them. So I would definitely say check it out if you're unsure, because at this point the story is picking up and it is probably gonna go down the lines of how the story itself originally was. So for my novel readers, let me know in the comments below how you're feeling about the story itself, the drama. You like any of the changes? What changes do you like, don't like? My non-novel readers, what are you liking so far about the drama itself, or things you don't like? For those of you who are debating, should I watch it or not? I'd say check it out and see later if this is for you or not, because I would say this is something kind of worth probably at least checking out to the least, because it's not that bad. It is still a very enjoyable story. At least I know I'm sticking all the way through, but it again will be up to you. And just as a reminder, I have also started my episode commentaries on my blog at Drama Blur for this drama. So if you're interested in checking that out, I'll leave the link in the description box below so that you guys can commentate with me through there. Once again, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you guys have fun and stay safe. I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you.